So this week we are learning about glitch art, and in Patrick Litchie's reading he calls glitch art a new aesthetic. So it's basically a point of disturbance or intervention within digital media, and often we can manipulate material to create something that demonstrates a different idea from the original. So by breaking something, we're adding like extra symbolism to it that we can then decipher, or your audience can decipher. So it's this idea that the broken is beautiful. I've also read on the internet a quote that described glitch art as a code-heavy version of graffiti. So it's this idea that we're adding extra symbolism, changing the original image to create something new. And there's lots of different ways to do this. This week we have specifically been given the task of data bending. So we're going to upload photos into Audacity, which is an audio program, which is going to cause a glitch because obviously it expects music to be uploaded and we're uploading photos. And then we're going to have a play around with these photos and create some glitch art. Often the outcome of glitch art can be quite hypnotic, especially like in video formats, and sometimes quite unpleasant in audio formats. In the workshop last week, some of the glitch music that I listened to physically left with a headache afterwards. So you might wonder if glitch art is able to cause lack of headaches, like why is it becoming increasingly popular, like why do we like it? And when I first got introduced to glitch art, I found it quite a strange concept. I was like, why would you break something if it already works? But the more I've researched it, the more I've kind of like been able to appreciate the subject, and I've actually really begun to like it. I feel like it's quite a kind of underground art at the moment. There's something really cool about it, and I think this is what makes it like so easy to like. As humans, we like unpredictable events, and I am personally quite fascinated by distortion, and glitch art fulfills both of these qualities, making us attracted to it. We try and apply meaning to like everything we see, and often glitch art is about creating critical thinking, even political thinking, in that glitched art, images or videos or audio files kind of add this extra meaning from the original meaning. So it's elaborating the idea that the medium is the message, and that we can add meaning and drama to images or videos by glitching it. So maybe not the ones that I'm creating this week because I'm just uploading photos of myself and having a play around, but the potential is there. Likewise, glitch art has kind of a nostalgic feel to it, and when I watch some glitch art videos it kind of reminds me of toys that I played with when I was little, such as the Sega video console, and the Sonic the Hedgehog game I used to play on it. It was this kind of like fuzzy, dusty, pixelated sounding image that kind of brought back all these memories. And I kind of think that that's another contributing factor as to why people find glitch art so fascinating. An example of glitch art is Vanellope von Schweetz from Wreck-It Ralph. So basically, Wreck-It Ralph is a film about games like in arcades, and it's the characters that live inside these arcade games. So in Wreck-It Ralph, Vanellope is a glitch in the game, and in her particular game they're like racing cars, and she's not allowed to race in a racing car because she's a glitch and she might glitch up the game, and nobody wants that. At the end of the story, she learns to control a glitch and even use it as like an example to cheat in the game and overtake other racers. So often she wins races and she begins to become like the most favourite racer to choose for the people that go into the arcades. So it's kind of highlighting the fact that whilst glitches may be seen as a bad thing initially, like why do you want to break something? Something that's broken is annoying. Really, they can be used to advantage, such as glitch art, to create something beautiful. So something which I really like about glitch art is the fact it's a democratic art, and Rosa Neckman expands on this. She tells us how glitch art is freely available software for anyone to have a go at on the internet. So it doesn't mean that straight away you're going to produce good glitch art results, as I found out myself, but users can easily practice and create the art and share it. However, there is this question of control amongst the madness and disarray that glitch art produces. Who is actually in control? And both of the readings this week kind of discuss debates on the autonomy of glitching. So yes, we are the humans that upload the images or the video files to a format that will cause a glitch, but at the end of the day, it's the machine itself that's then going to cause the glitch to happen and produce the end result. There's always a chance element. You don't know how your finished image is actually going to turn out, so it's more like the machines that are doing the work rather than the humans itself. Of course, the more of an expert you get at glitch art, the more control you're going to have, because you're going to know how to manipulate the material a bit more. But there's always going to be this randomness associated with the outcome of glitch art, and that is what I love so much about glitch art, the fact that you don't know what's going to happen. It's kind of like walking into the unknown. Another interesting point that I liked of Mechman's was that of the tipping point of a glitch, and I kind of found the tipping point of a glitch was the transition from it just being a glitch to becoming glitch art. So it's the idea that in order to breed knowledge, a glitch must pass the tipping point, otherwise it's failed to become glitch art. And once it's past the tipping point, it's no longer a glitch but a form of art. So she's shedding a positive light on something that you break. So something that is broken can be beautiful. The only criticism I have of this idea of the tipping point is that I don't think all glitches that intend to be glitch art are gonna breed new knowledge. Like the glitches I'm making this week are purely for aesthetic pleasure. I'm just kind of manipulating, changing code and file formats of pictures of myself, and through that I'm not really creating any new knowledge except for distorting pictures of me. So does that mean that my glitches aren't classed as glitch art because they're not creating new knowledge? I don't know. I felt the language used in both of the readings this week was quite interesting. Patrick Lichy did take more of a negative stance on glitch art because he was quite concerned with the autonomy issues, and so he used words such as monster and disturbance to describe glitch art. But Rosa Mechman's article was much more positive about glitch art, so the fact she was using words such as dangerous and fatal and evil is quite ironic in that she was actually highlighting the goodness in glitch art, and the fact that glitch art is broken is actually what makes it beautiful. So the language kind of juxtaposed the positive message about glitch art. So to conclude, Mechman stated, the computer is a machine that can be bent or used in many different ways, and we can see this through glitch art. So by putting a foreign input into a program to create something broken means we have joined the avant-garde of the unknown, which is what Mechman calls it. So creating art that is random, messy, and kind of ends this search for what Mechman calls the holy grail of perfect technology. Technology isn't perfect, probably will never be perfect. Perfect is just a myth and doesn't exist. I thought it was interesting the way that even though I find malfunctions on my phone or when I'm watching something I play are really annoying, I've kind of like changed the way I look at it now, because before I'd get really frustrated with it and start like bashing the keys and stuff. But now I kind of ask myself, well, why has this stopped working? I can begin to kind of see how everything's put together in technology and start making sense of these connections. It shows that data is fragile, it's not always going to be perfect, and the fact that we can now break it even further to create glitch art, some might see it as taking a step backwards, but I kind of see it as taking 2 steps forwards. We're kind of turning the broken into something amazing. And this kind of prepares us for dealing with the lack of control we have in art, media, and even society. You know, the fact that things glitch on an everyday basis. It shows that things are always going to go wrong in society and stuff. If you can't beat and join it, if something's going to break it further and see what goodness can come out of it.